Good morning, CSE. I'm Jasmine here with Briar, and we're bringing you your Friday morning news.
Last week, spooky season officially started, bringing with it mid-quarters.
Mine weren't so scary, but for the rest of you, you should probably turn in any missing work before the end of the quarter to bring that grade up.
I can't believe it's really October.
I know. I wonder what the fall festivities will be like this year, with social distancing and such.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but don't you just love coming home to dead wet leaves in the yard because it rained all day and a cup of apple cider waiting for you?
Apple cider? No, man. Pumpkin spice lattes is where it's at.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Let's go have Asmina settle this.
Pumpkin spice or apple cider?
Well, personally, anything but pumpkin spice, because it's very basic and I'm unique and exotic, and I do not like anything basic. So yeah, apple cider for me.
Apple cider. I like apple cider better. I don't know. I think it's just because I like apples. I don't know, because I know apples are in apple cider, but I'm not a pumpkin spice person. I know my mom is, but yeah.
Neither.
Why?
I can have it either year round, so I really don't care which.
Pumpkin spice.
Why?
It tastes better.
Apple cider.
Why?
I don't know, just like the taste.
Apple cider,
Why?
because it tastes good.
Yeah, I still don't care what anyone says. Apple cider hits different.
It's just so cold out. A warm latte beats apple cider any day.
You could put apple cider in the microwave too, Jasmine.
Okay, whatever. I give up. In other news, Mr. Mastrian is here giving us some information about the socially distanced fire drills.
Yeah, we still have to do those this year.
So we are here to talk about the fire drill procedures
Yes.
and how we are going to stay 6 feet apart during all of this. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Sure. So first, as far as the procedure goes, you will notice that when it's time for fire drill, we will make one call over the intercom system with the big air horn, right? So when you hear that air horn, it's time to stop what you're doing and start moving, okay? So the thing is, we have to be really mindful about the flow of traffic when you are coming out of your classrooms. So if you are in the back of the building, then you need to be cognizant as you're walking up so that we can proceed out as close to a single file line as possible. There should be no talking. There should be no grouping, no standing next to each other, certainly no touching, to proceed out as quickly and as orderly as we can. So you will proceed out of the building, go across French Street. We'll have Ms. Strickenberger usually there with her penny, stopping traffic. So you continue across the street. Now, it's really important that you know where to go. So each classroom lines up behind their teacher from south 100s to north the 400s. So each teacher needs to take attendance when they're in the line. So it is critical, number one, that we proceed out the building in an orderly fashion, that we go across the street carefully with your teacher to line up in the appropriate space, maintaining 6 feet of distance between you and the next student.
So what about the kids at home? Would they just stay on the Google Meet?
Yeah, kids at home are not technically required to leave their house. So you should know this because it's really all about the safety in the building and the process in the building. Just be aware that when you come back into the building now, you're folded into this drill process where you will be required to know the drill and follow the process.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Briar, my favorite scary movie is called Vivarium. It makes you think about a whole bunch. What about you?
You know Turbo?
The movie about the fast snail?
Yeah, that's mine.
Scary movie.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
Why?
snails, it freaks me out, and they just fast, and the faster they are, the worse it is, and I like to take things slow,
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry if I just scared you by bringing up the topic.
Nah,
But,
you're good, bro.
Here's Anaya getting some of your scary movies.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Annabelle?
Why?
Because it's scary anyway.
Halloween.
Why?
Because it's cool and Michael Myers.
Chucky.
Why?
It's my favorite doll. I don't know.
I don't got a favorite scary movie, but I'm scared of dolls, so I prefer Annabelle. I don't know. I don't. Just can't do
Why
it.
do dolls scare you?
What?
Yeah, why?
Have you not seen The Boy, Annabelle? Y'all crazy. I don't mess with that spiritual stuff.
The Conjuring.
Why?
Cause it's scary.
Alright.
Dead of Silent.
Why?
I just think it is scary.
Do you know what we're doing about the events like the Multicultural Fair or Breakfast with Santa?
No, but Dr. Gordon has details on that.
Here's part 2 of our long interview with her.
So, I know that our first event is usually the celebration of unity. Can you give me more information if there's going to be any plans with that?
Sure. So the ELD department puts on the Celebration of Unity every fall, and we were disappointed that we weren't able to offer it in the same way that we're used to. So it still is on the table for when and if we can do that. We wouldn't be looking at this fall or early winter, but maybe in the spring. So depending on how things are, if we can have a safe event and have it be where it truly is a celebration of unity and involve everyone, then we'd like to do that.
A lot of students have been asking about if we are going to have the typical things like breakfast with Santa or prom or graduation. Is that going to happen? Do we know yet?
Yeah, so our attempt is always going to be to have as many of the events and the things we're used to as possible. So just like the postponement of the ELD event, we're in the works with Breakfast with Santa. First off, we have to see if the reindeer would even be available. Of course, everyone knows I love the reindeer. I would love to see it happen. We just don't know yet. As far as prom, the goal is ultimately to have a prom, especially because of the cancellation of last year. It's definitely something we strive for. We want students to have that experience. I think that with schools being open, if they were to be open in the spring, I would absolutely be in favor of something. As far as graduation, it is still a little too early to tell. Again, it's the same answer as prom. As long as things are open and we're able to accommodate safely with safe distance and masking. But it really just depends on what the next 6 months, 7 months are going to bring. And we want to get that information out to everyone as soon as we know. But I don't anticipate we would know anything about spring events until after the holiday season.
Do you believe there will be any athletics like basketball and soccer that we can look forward to?
I think so. I think we're at a point, my commitment was that we would start school, we would open safely, which we've done, and we would take it slow and consistent. And we do have options for basketball and soccer that we're pursuing. I think it looks likely right now, from what I'm talking with Mr. Morris about, is he's starting with interest sign-up sheets. So I would ask that students be on the lookout, because I would imagine next week that those sign-up sheets for showing interest in soccer or basketball are going to be posted. But it does look like maybe a late fall or early winter kind of soccer season, but again, based on interest. I think there's more logistics with basketball at this point, but open to those 2 sports to start.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Gordon.
All right, thank you very much.
I'm glad she's keeping us informed, just like Hannah does.
The only difference is that Dr. Gordon talks about school stuff and Hannah covers current trends.
I don't think anything really happened in the world this week, but here's Hannah with whatever trends she can actually dig up.
Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome to the Trends. I'm in a different location this week because I'm working on something in my room, so for now I'm using another room in my household. So the first thing up this week is this fun little game called Among Us. It's a whodunit game about a crew of astronauts who try to do their task on a ship. The catch? There could be up to 1 to 3 imposters on the ship, depending on how many players there are, at a max of 10. Players could be the imposter, but you don't know who is who. And watch out, because the imposter can get you. Now, Among Us is fun, but now it's time to talk about the presidential debate, which was quite something. The presidential debate occurred between POTUS, this funny word, Donald Trump, and presidential candidate of the Democratic Party, Joe Biden. I will, in the most apolitical, PG way I can say this for the school news, the debate was something. It was not well organized. It was a mess with Trump not letting Biden get a word out. Biden calling Trump a clown and telling him to shut up, and the poor moderator just like trying to put Trump in his place only to get Trump to yell at him. So, that was chaotic. You know what else is chaotic? Trump and the First Lady caught COVID. Yeah. All I can really say is you should have worn a mask. You should have abided by social distancing and not host those rallies, but whatever. When you don't listen to social guidelines, that happens to you.
You know we can't use paper anymore?
Yeah, I kind of miss writing sorry if this is wrong on my papers.
That's funny because you really be doing that too. Yeah, I miss doing all my bathroom passes.
Well, did you know that bathroom passes and hall passes are no longer being handed out? Here's Sarah with Miss Connor with more information.
So I'm gonna ask you some few questions, Ms. Connor, about the Smart Pass system. Is that all right?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so what is the Smart Pass system?
The Smart Pass system is an electronic pass system. In the past, we've used paper passes, which definitely goes through reams of paper. And now, to be economically friendly and also friendly for the environment, we've gone to an electronic system where everything will be done on the computer.
Okay, do you think this could be a great change for like the better, especially the times we're going through right now?
Definitely. It's easier for students to ask the teacher for a pass without having to be within the 6 feet distance rule. You don't have to touch anything. You don't have to share any type of writing utensils, any paper. So this is a time when students definitely can still do their normal routine day to day, going to the restroom, getting drinks without having it to interfere or not be safe.
What is your goal that you want from this? Like, do you want it to be, do you want this to be really successful to continue to use?
The goal of this system is that it will become part of our normal everyday life. Hopefully, even after COVID, it's a great way to know who's out of the classroom, where they are, how many times they've been out. It's just a nice way to track everything. And it also stops any type of errors. So if someone says that they weren't out, we'll easily be able to see that they weren't. Maybe it was a different student, wrong name, things like that.
Do remote students have to sign up to go to the bathroom?
I don't know, but maybe Kiani does.
Hello, everybody. It is me, Kiani, back with some more Ask Kiani questions. Let's get right into them, shall we? Okay, so the first one is, how can I prepare for PSAT and SAT? Well, only thing I really and honestly have to say is study, study, study. Whether you're good at something, whether you're bad at something, whether you're just learning something, study everything, because everything will be touched on the test, but it's not hard, so don't stress yourself out about it. Just go through and recollect on the knowledge that you already know. You got this, don't worry. Question number 2 is, I'm tired of the pandemic. What do you think it will look like in December? Honestly, since we're so close to December, I personally think it's still going to be the same. I know, as sad as everything is. Yeah, I really don't think it has any chance of getting better. At least not yet. Hopefully next year. Okay, question number 3 is, I'm trying to do work at home, but my family keeps getting in the way. Any advice? As a person with a big family, isolate yourself. Do whatever you can. I don't care if you have to go sit in a bathtub. Get away from them, because they will distract you and they will get on your nerves. Okay, that is all the questions to wrap this up. Have a nice weekend, and I will see you all the week after the next. Bye.
The PSATs. I ain't ready for those.
I'm ready for the food truck.
The what?
The new food truck. The outreach group is sponsoring it.
Oh yeah, from what we know, it will involve students from the workforce program and the culinary arts classes.
There will be a contest for the design and the name, which will be operational in 2021.
The contest sheets will be at the front desk. When you are finished, please give them to Mr. Fesmeyer by a date to be determined. Basically, we'll let you know.
There is more information on this topic coming next week from Mr. Cook. And remember, it's a short week coming up. We don't have any school Monday because it's
we don't say that name. It's Indigenous Peoples Day.
I'm sorry, Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday. So that'll wrap it up for this week. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Bria.
And we hope you have a warm 3-day weekend.
Say what you want about me. I'm still here.
The dead wet leaves. I got it. Dead wet leaves.
Hungry.
This is we make the call over the phone with the air horn.
Uh-oh. Good morning, CSE. I'm Jasmine here with Bro.
I broke my nails, 2 of them. I'm gonna shoot myself. I'm not gonna leave. I broke my nails. It's gonna be so bad.